Jeff here from Chillin N Grillin with Jeff. So a couple years ago, I met this couple at a party. They talked about how they love the barbecue, how they love living in their backyard, and I thought, wow, this fits with the show concept perfectly. So over the last couple years, we tried to connect, we tried to come up with a date, busy schedules, lots of other craziness going on in the world. We finally got a chance to connect. So let's head into the backyard of Dale and Mike, and let's take them up on their offer to see their backyard and enjoy some great barbecue. Mike.
Hey, how are you doing, Jeff?
Good, good to see you, Dale.
Good to see you. Hi.
Hey! Good to see you, good to see you. Hey, thanks for inviting me over, guys.
Oh, thanks for coming.
I know we kind of talked about this like a couple of years ago, and one thing or another, this happened, that happened, but I'm finally here.
Yes, finally.
We have more people. Hi.
Hi, I'm Evelyn.
Hi, Evelyn. I'm Jeff. Hi.
And Abby, our youngest.
Abby. Hi, Abby. Right away when I come in the backyard, I see this amazing vegetable garden, and I hope we're going to cook with some things.
Yes, we are. Abby used to be really into gardening and really into peppers. She's our little vegetarian of the family.
Oh,
so
nice.
I had purchased all of these pepper trees, which is the entire line of the front here, so that Abby could come in and eat peppers freely, as she also does with our basil. Unbeknownst to me, I picked up the wrong peppers, and my poor sweet Abby came in all excited last week to pick the first red pepper, bit into it, and it was a habanero.
Oh, no.
And then we have lots of tomatoes because we're a big tomato family.
I'm not sure what you're cooking yet, but everything from the garden, or as much as we can.
Much as
fresh
possible.
Herbs,
Yeah.
tomatoes, that sort of thing.
Yeah, as much as
Do
possible.
you guys use the pool a lot?
All the time. I'm in every single day.
It's an amazing pool. It looks so refreshing.
They're both marine mammals.
All right.
Yeah.
They're both little fishes.
And some more herbs growing right by the pool here?
Yes. So we're a big herb family, and our children are massive pesto fans, caprese sandwiches in particular. So that's why you see the immense amount of basil here, because we make lots of pesto.
I noticed there's a lot. You have a lot of privacy. You've got these big trees to the side. And I understand, Mike, there's a bit of a history to the house. You didn't just find this house laying on the wall, right?
It was on the market for a year. Nobody wanted it, and probably for good reason. There were lots of things that needed to be done to it, but I happen to have a background in construction. So when we moved here in 2015, one of the things we did was we basically doubled the size of the house. So I built this addition myself. I built the pool house myself, just because I used to be a barn builder, a residential carpenter, and yeah.
So is there a hayloft in there, or? No? So you mentioned the pool house, and we have to go in there and take a close look, because from here that looks incredible.
So here, one of the things we did is we wanted to create a seamless space between the indoors and the outdoors. And one of the things that we realized is that people were walking in and out to go to the washroom. So we thought the cabana would be a good idea so that people would come over here. So the other thing, Jeff, is that we have an LCD projector up here. So one of the things we do sometimes is we sit on the edge of the pool and we project whatever we want against the back wall, so we can kind of sit in the pool and hang out and watch whatever's on TV.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
Good
it's
stuff.
neat. Yep.
And a washer and dryer for any number of towels and bathing suits and
Countless number.
anyone with a pool knows. I think
so
that's almost as important as having the bathroom out here. for sure.
Probably.
Yeah. So tell me about the menu tonight. What are we going to enjoy?
Well, we're going to do a couple of different things. One of the dishes that we're going to do, which is something that Mike and I learned a couple years ago, is a traditional Jamaican jerk chicken, which we all love in this
You
family.
guys like that as well?
Do let me
vegetarian.
elaborate. We're
Right.
also going to be doing cauliflower jerk steaks because Abigail, you want to tell everybody why we do cauliflower jerk steaks? And how long have you been a vegetarian?
Jerk chicken, jerk cauliflower.
And then for an official appetizer, we're going to do stuffed peaches with a gorgonzola dip inside. Well, not a mix. And then I wrap them in bacon. And these ones I don't have to do vegetarian.
bacon.
Nothing wrong with bacon. Abby doesn't like
Well,
them, so we
we
don't
don't
do
all
any
agree on
vegan,
that.
any vegetarian ones. Yeah, and then we have invited our friend Peter and Allison over because they're often sharing this backyard space with us. And Peter is going to do one of his many fantastic dishes, a pork belly. He's going to help Mike do it. Mike learns from Peter. Peter learns from Mike. Mike learns from Peter.
So I actually serve two masters. One is Dale, one is Peter, and they both tell me what to do. So I'll be the guy on the barbecue.
And what about dessert? Oh, are you gonna do dessert?
Covered the dessert today.
Nice, I love it.
I'm the baker of the family.
Most
my
certainly.
mom and my dad literally want nothing to do with it whatsoever. So I made two banana cakes, and they're inside, and we're just going to assemble them with some cream cheese icing and whipped cream that I made.
I love it. And it's a hot day. I imagine there's some cocktails involved somewhere along the
Yes,
way.
we're going to start off with
Yeah.
cocktails. And
If you behave.
I can't guarantee that. Jeff.
Happy to meet you.
Happy to meet you. I heard about some great food. We toured this amazing yard, and of course, it's nice and hot out, so we said, we're going to start with a cocktail, and this was handed off to you. I hear you make a pretty good cocktail.
Yeah, I do the chillin, not the grillin. We're going with a classic Cosmo. And I have these grapes from my yard that I've been stewing.
So you put the grapes in there, anything to add to it?
Lots of sugar.
Lots of sugar?
Yeah, because they're a little sour. And then you have to crush them through a sieve.
Okay. And then I'm going to guess we end up with, with this right here.
So I need some ice. Thank you, Evelyn.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Yeah. Always use the glass Boston shaker, because then you won't overfill it if you use the steel.
And a little bit of triple sec on top of that.
Yeah.
I love the way you measure, like a whole whack of vodka and some triple sec.
The syrup that I talked about, a little simple syrup. That's getting full, so we'll just do some lime juice in here.
All right, we're watching the still here.
Look at the color of that, man. Isn't that gorgeous?
So I don't know why you need to pour 3. There's only 2 of us here. I don't think anybody else is waiting for a drink, right?
I see some people looking at us right over there.
So I don't think we should go too far without trying these.
Cheers, man.
Yeah, cheers.
That hits the spot, huh?
I'd like to sign off, but I'm not sure on the seasoning. So let's try one more. Just to make, wow, that's fantastic. Yeah, the grape is right there. You can taste grape flavor.
Oh, it's intense.
Yeah. It's not tart like you said. The sugar cut that back, but the flavor is there in a big way. Well, let's serve these up. I'm sure everybody else is waiting.
Who's got our drinks? We are thirsty over here.
All right.
Yeah, relax,
Well,
relax. Cooking,
be
mixing drinks, everything.
Oh, be careful. We have 2.
Get with it.
We have 2 mocktails. I think Mike's got the mocktails.
Here's one for you, madame.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's one for you, madame.
So Peter's got the alcohol in theirs. All right, Mike, when you were talking about the menu a bit earlier, I was getting excited. This pork and there's jerk chicken, everything just sounds fantastic. And you make your jerk chicken from scratch. Like you make your own sauce.
Yep. Yeah, all
everything,
of that.
right?
Yep,
And
yep.
you've got a unique way of putting the chicken together. Before we do that, tell me about the jerk seasoning that you got.
You think I know how the seasoning is made? I have to call Dale over here.
Oh, you need me to come in here and explain
Yeah.
how his magic becomes magic?
Explain to us, how do you make Mike look good?
Oh, how many hours do you have?
So what's in the jerk season?
What we do is it's a 2-step process for the jerk chicken that allows us to have some hot and some not.
Okay.
So the first step is putting this rub underneath the skin of each chicken thigh. So there's a couple of island spices, a couple of jerk seasoning spices, and then I add my own coriander seed that we've grown in the garden. Pepper, salt, and a couple of other things that I can't tell you or I have to kill you. Once we season with the dry rub, Mike's job is to sear it all, and then we baste the chicken in a jerk sauce that I also make from scratch.
So Dale gets the easy job. My job is to watch this. It's extremely complicated. So you pull the skin back.
Because we want the flavor from the fatty skin.
That's it.
And you want the seasoning, and
That's it.
That's actually going to pull it all together.
Absolutely. And I leave the skin on when I put it in the smoker because when the heat starts to sink in, the fat from the skin goes through the spice and then into the meat, which is perfect. And then that's it. So they go on like this. It doesn't look like much when it goes on the smoker, but after a few hours, it really starts to
So no
pop.
dry rub on top.
Not yet. We're going to do a wet baste afterwards.
And we're not going to throw this on the regular barbecue. This is going on the smoker.
going on the smoker.
What temperature?
It's about 275. It's a little higher than most people do, but I find that it doesn't seem to matter much if you go 225 versus 275, and I'm just an impatient man.
All right, Peter, teriyaki pork belly sounds fantastic. I'm really looking forward to this. And you've got some unique ingredients. I know we got the salt block, we've got some ginger.
First of all, we've got to score it to let the fat bleed out. So then cutting the skin afterwards will be easier. And you really need a sharp knife for this. And then we're going to hit it with a lot of salt and pepper. Liberal on that. And this is Himalayan salt that we're using. Pepper. Now, we're not using a lot of herbs because the teriyaki sauce is quite strong. Okay, and I do a little bacon fat.
And you know, you can never have too much bacon or bacon fat.
That's right. That's what they say. And then we do a seaweed, slice of seaweed paper. And then we've got sliced ginger here.
All right.
This is all for the teriyaki flavor.
So flesh side down, skin side up.
That's right.
And we've got our barbecue set at 300.
And that'll go in for 3.5 hours.
So we're just going to throw this on the barbecue now.
Absolutely.
This looks great. You threw all these fresh ingredients in there.
Yes, I did.
Earlier you were saying that you make some hot and some not hot. So what do you do different?
So I make the first batch. I do my garlic, which is extremely strong and organic, but it's very, very potent. Lots of green onions, fresh parsley and cilantro. The cilantro is also from the garden. Some coriander seed, which is the cilantro when it grows to the next stage. Lemon, salt and pepper, and I use my sister's salt. She does all infused salt, so I do the jalapeno lime, which helps train my daughter, who doesn't like a lot of spice, to start to get into the level. And then you mix vegetable oil and olive oil, because vegetable oil balances out the bitterness that olive oil can give these sorts of sauces. Then I take some out, which I can do now for my youngest so that she doesn't burn her face off. And then I'd like, Abby, can you grab me some habaneros from the garden? And we'll add those in, please. Thank you very much. So I add lots in there, and then I pulse up the rest. And then we're ready to go.
Mike's going to step up to the plate here in a minute, and he's going to start basting this on the
chicken.
On the chicken. Okay. That's your cue there. You ready to roll? You ready to put some hot sauce on there?
Oh, that looks beautiful.
Everything's looking very nice.
That looks beautiful, Mike. Great job, honey.
Peel the skin back again because there's still lots of moisture in the skin. I'm gonna baste it and I'm gonna put the skin back over. And then we're gonna take it off and we're gonna put it on skewers because all kinds of vegetables and fruits, they all cook differently. So we wanna just assemble them after the fact.
So Mike, we got the chicken cooking right now. We got the pork cooking.
Yep.
We've had a cocktail. People are gonna get hungry. We got a few hours to wait before everything else is done. So we're gonna peaches and cheese and bacon, and I'm there.
Yeah, to buy time, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna sear the peaches on the bottom, and then I'm gonna pass them back over to Dale. She's gonna put some Italian blue cheese in there, wrap it in bacon, and I'm gonna put it back on here and let it bake for probably 20 minutes or so, and then
everybody's
we'll
gonna
enjoy it
dig
as yeah, and then everything will start rolling out in sequence.
We'll do our chicken skewers, but you're gonna have lots of great stuff in addition to the chicken. It's jerk chicken skewers, really.
Yes,
at the end of the
exactly.
day. And so to go along with that, we got some pineapples, some plantains. Tell me what we're gonna do here now.
So first of all, I'm gonna grab some plantains, which this might look rotten, but this is actually the perfect way to
what it
pick
should
them.
look like, yeah.
That's what it should look like. So I slice them up and I top them with ground nutmeg, allspice, ginger, butter, salt, and brown sugar. And then for the peppers, because we have so much flavors going on, I just drizzle them with oil and quickly sear them and then dice them up and put them on the skewers. And then we also have some pineapple, which I've topped with white pepper because it doesn't show as much, which makes it look prettier. Some brown sugar and some vegetable oil. So yeah, so let's get those on the grill.
Let's grill them. Here, I'll give you a hint. Mike, this looks great. We're pulling the chicken off. You can really see where the smoke is, kind of crisped up the skin. We got that nice smoke color, and the smell is amazing. You can really see
Everything's ready to go. We took everything we could out of the skin, so now all we're gonna do is we're gonna put it on here. We're gonna pull the skin off. We're gonna cut it into pieces and put it on skewers.
So one of the really great things about barbecuing that Abby turned us on to is it doesn't always have to be about chicken and beef and pork and all that sort of stuff. We can work with cauliflower and it tastes fantastic. Is that right? Does it taste great?
Yeah.
Good. All right. Well, let's get your mom doing some. What are we going to do with this cauliflower?
I pre-steam these just gently to get them a little soft, and you buy the biggest ones you can, and then you just cut through, and they're a little tough still, which is perfect, and you make steaks just like you
just
would
a little
beef
bit of
steak.
steam, kind of.
A little bit
It's
of
not going
steam.
to crumble. It's going to
Nope.
hold it together. and then-
Exactly. So then, just like the jerk chicken, I make a separate rub so it doesn't touch the meat, and I put it on just like I do with the chicken. Then you top it with some olive oil, and then I sear them, and then after I flip them, I start putting the sauce on just like I do with the chicken.
Okay, and then we're going to serve it up at the same time.
Serve
So
at
if
the same
somebody
time.
wants chicken, they can have chicken. If somebody wants cauliflower, and I'm going to have some.
Is that okay? Can you share with
Good
Jeff?
enough, right? Absolutely.
Yeah, she's a good
All right,
sharer.
let's get it on the grill.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so we got some hungry people. I see the crowds are forming.
Yes, there they are. Hello, Peanut Gallery.
And we have peaches and cheese and bacon. What run from here?
Well, this is my beautiful invention, which has a cream. The filling is gorgonzola cheese, lemon, lime, some green onions, some chives, salt and pepper.
Everything you're cooking today is huge on flavor.
I
like
know.
lots of flavor.
Well,
going on.
when you have big personality, you like big flavor.
There you go.
Now, normally, my partner, God love him, Mike, as he was here, said he was going to wrap these peaches. And if you want to wrap them like him, like this, you could, but this is the wrong way to do it. I normally wrap them over the top
So you
that
could do it Mike's way or the right.
or the right way, which is a common phrase in our household. And then to top it, this is a little beyond Mike's pay grade, I mix reduced balsamic vinegar, and then I added a blueberry vinegar into this, just again for the salt and
blueberry
sweet. And I drizzle it over like this, and then I always top everything with my.
I don't know what this is, but already I'm happy.
Isn't it beautiful?
I'm just happy looking at it.
My mother is a wonderful, wonderful woman, a beautiful woman, and a fantastic cook, and she makes everything from scratch, including my hot oil. So I just use this and I drizzle it. And that's it. We can put the whole griddle on just to heat it up, warm the bacon up so the bacon fat falls in normally on top of the cheese.
But
And
in
then
this case, you're trying something
we're
different.
trying something different.
Right.
It's just it's an experiment.
All right, we're defending Dad.
Yes,
Dad's
we always
defended
defend
peaches
Dad,
going on the
yes.
grill. All right, you
Yes.
get the lid. I'll
All
slide
right,
this
let's
right
get the lid,
on.
Slide these on, heat them up, and
All right.
we can serve the peanut gallery over there.
So I know we got a hungry crowd. The cocktails have been flowing, and
Mm-hmm.
they're pretty good cocktails. I'm not going to lie. So, and we got some great appetizers. So, Mike, I'm going to let you go first because you did such a great job with the bacon on this particular.
Yeah, you know, what I specialize is wrapping bacon around peaches, so I'm very satisfied that it's come out exactly as planned.
And before Dale can comment, I'm going to ask her about these skewers because they look fantastic. And so we have the plantains, we have the jerk chicken.
The peppers, the pineapple, and all put on the skewer, and then topped with the homemade jerk sauce again.
Great. Well, we got a hungry crowd. Let's
Yes,
see,
we
grab
do.
this and we'll
do it.
let
Let's
me
do
know.
it.
Mike, you grab that.
Sure
Dale,
thing.
I'll give you this.
Okay, perfect.
And we'll
Thank
head
you.
over. All right, I hope you guys are hungry. I know you've been enjoying those great cocktails. We got some great food coming up, some jerk chicken skewers, peaches. Abby, are you hungry? We didn't forget about you.
Now,
No,
of course, our
not.
beloved
There you go,
vegetarian.
sweetheart.
There you go, honey. Cauliflower steaks with Jamaican jerk seasoning on the top. Hope you enjoy it.
We've had some great food. We had a little bit of controversy on the baking wrapping episode of 2021.
None of that's happening with me.
None of that's happening
No.
here. So we're in the pork course.
Yeah.
All right, let me
Yeah.
see what you're going to put together.
Okay, so radish for color and taste. And this is a mandolin, cucumber.
Okay,
This is oba or shiso leaf. It's from Japan, but it's in the mint family. It's great. It's got a unique flavor. It's wonderful.
Okay, and
We're
what are we
gonna
gonna do
try
with
it
that?
tonight. Well, it's going to be
Just raw part of the garnish?
Correct. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So, hey, can you pick some leaves for me? The little ones. And we got some mustard for garnish, some sesame for the rice. Okay, we'll take the pork out now.
Wow.
Okay,
And
you
then-
see how I sliced it before?
Right, so each of these is a cut.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, look
Isn't
at
that gorgeous?
Look at the juice. So I can see why scoring the skin ahead of time helped. It's still.
Oh,
a
you
bit
wouldn't
of-
be able to cut through it.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be a bit messy.
All right, these are coming together nice. We got a little bit of crispy going on with nice juicy pork in the middle.
Crackling skin.
Yeah. Cut that now. We don't want to serve anything without trying it first, right? So let's give that
No, not bad.
yeah. Not bad at all.
No.
This is the teriyaki sauce that we did up earlier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that nice and on, and we'll just drizzle a little bit of the mustard on there.
Excellent. Perfect.
A little bit of green onion. Everybody's grabbing a seat. Looks like the crowd is forming over there.
Forming and foaming.
Forming and foaming at the mouth, ready to go. Everybody's got a bowl in front of them. Mike, here's yours.
Oh, thank you.
This looks fantastic. Cheers to our chef. So we have Evelyn here who's going to make dessert for us tonight.
So this is a banana cake that I made from an Anna Olson baking book. And I made it a couple times, and a lot of people that I know are big fans, so I made it again. And here we have some cream cheese icing where I'm gonna put a layer on, and then I'm gonna put the topping with the cake. And then we have whipped cream, and we're gonna make banana flambe with ice cream on top.
And you made the cake, and did you make the icing as well?
I did. Okay, and then just going to lift that up.
Okay, so we have this, and
Yeah.
what are we going to do now?
Next, what we're going to do is we have some whipped cream here, and I'm just gonna put a layer here. So we're gonna put the cast iron on, and then we have a bunch of, this is two big bananas, and these have been sitting for about 2 to 3 hours in just a little bit of maple syrup to soften them up.
All right, so our butter's nice and melted and brown,
Yeah,
and what
it's
are we going to put
browning.
in next?
So now we're gonna throw in the bananas. So this part is gonna be a bit loud. And then we're going to put a few teaspoons of brown sugar here. Just gonna mix this in. Okay, let that fully melt.
And what are we going to add? We're going to add some rum.
Yep, some dark rum.
There you go, look at that. Now that's going to burn the alcohol off, right? Because we want the flavor without the alcohol.
And there we have it.
So now
Yeah.
we're going to cut this up and
Yes.
put it on plate. Should we get Chef Peter to be the
Charlie's
official
here for the
sampler?
taster.
Bit of the whipped cream right on top there.
Some ice cream on there. Pan's hot, but you're going to
Very hot. Just gonna use a spoon here. Put that on top.
of the ice cream. And then we'll give this to Peter.
All right, that looks incredible. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's bring this over to Chef Peter and let's get him to try it.
Right.
And banana.
And ice cream.
Oh, that's outstanding.
Is it?
That's very good.
Great.
One of your better ones.
Well, listen, this is a fantastic dessert. You got
Thank
chef
you.
approval on this. It looks incredible. I am super impressed with the creativity, the whole idea of it. And the challenge was you had to be able to do it outside.
Yes,
and you
which-
did it
which I
outside.
think-
So thank you for that. Mike, Dale, what can I say? Thanks for inviting us here. I know it's been a couple of years since the invitation, but I don't forget. When someone invites me to their backyard, I don't forget.
Yep.
Happy to
Chef,
have you.
everybody here, you guys were right. You said our backyard is chaotic and
Yes.
food and drinks and cocktails and friends and family and everything, and that's exactly
That
what
is
your backyard
definitely
is.
true.
I'm going to dig into some cake here in just a
Sounds
moment.
good.
But
As you
cheers.
should.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers
All right.
to everybody.
Good stuff.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
You should come back in a few years.
Yeah.
So Jeff here from Chillin N Grillin with this week's barbecue tip. Now when we think of barbecuing, we think of fire and flames, and we're not wrong to think that way. But if you're going to really master your grill, you've got to start thinking not only of fire, but you have to be able to think of areas on your barbecue where there's no fire. What we like to call direct heat and indirect heat. I've got this great flank steak that I have here. We're going to season it up. And as we all know by now, we want to sear our beef before we put it on and get it to the right temperature. Now I've got this grill. When I open it, you're going to see the direct heat. You're going to see lots of red coals. I'm up to about 500 degrees, and I want to use that to sear that. So I want to cook this over direct heat. That's what I want to see. We can hear that sizzling. We can see we have flame, we have heat, we have fire, we have all things we think about when we're barbecuing. I am cooking this steak or searing this steak on direct heat, and that's exactly what we want. While that's searing on the direct heat, I've got the smoker over here set at about 350 degrees. And when I open it, you're gonna look and you're gonna see that I have what I call a plate setter in here. And this is deflecting the heat. So when I want this steak, after it's seared, I'm gonna move it to this grill, and I'm just gonna keep it sitting on indirect heat at about 350 degrees and bring it up to the right temperature that I like my steak at. In this case, a nice medium rare. All right, so I've got my steak seared up the way I want it to, but I don't want to continue cooking it over that. I don't want the flames any longer. So I'm gonna move it to the smoker, or more importantly, to the indirect portion. I'm just gonna slowly bring that up low and slow to the right temperature that I want it at. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna move over and show you on the gas grill how you can cook on direct and indirect heat as well. I've got flame over here, no flame over here. This is the direct heat, this is the indirect heat. So I've got my burgers, I'm cooking up. I feel that at the right temperature, they're nice and juicy. I'm gonna move it to the indirect side of the grill. Not gonna get any flare-ups. I'm not gonna have any juices dripping down and continue to char the burger at all, but I'm still gonna have the heat, keep it warm, continue to cook it, close it up. I'm gonna go get the buns ready, get the rest of the dinner, come back. Everything looks great, cooked perfectly. We talked about cooking over direct heat. When we barbecue, we wanna see flames, we wanna see red coals, we want smoke and fire and all the things that make us think of great barbecued food. But to really master your grill skills, to become a pit master, learn to work with direct heat, learn to work with indirect heat, and pull those things together and take your barbecuing to a whole new level. That's this week's barbecue tip.